Alright, hey guys, we're back. Now in my previous video I showed you some basic redstone, and in this video, oh god, a little bit lag, I want to show you some basic commands for command blocks. So if you type /help, you can see a bunch of commands, and if you do help 2 and then up that number, you can you can kind of go through all that. Um, and those are all the commands. So when you first open a command block, you have these, which are target selectors, and you can use that to target either a nearest player, random player, all players, or all entities. Now, an entity is, well, if you use summon and then space and then press tab, it gives you a big list here, and those are all the entities. So you can actually do items. So if I do item, it's going to summon an item, which I'll pick up because it summoned it pretty much in me. So if I just do that, see it summoned a stone over here. If I do it again, you can see it's summoning some stones, and that's how that works. So I had summoned 7 stone, which I can pick up. It's just an item entity. Entities are also mobs, arrows, thrown snowballs, thrown potions, thrown XP bottles, XP orbs, pretty much anything in here. See, I have Ender Signal, Falling Sand, Prime TNT, and I use this a lot of the entities to cause effects and stuff. But in 1.8, there's a lot of new commands like execute and fill, and there's my biggest command, which is scoreboard. Now, scoreboard is a way to make variables and test for specific things in the world. Now you can do scoreboard objectives, add to make a new scoreboard, you can call it test, and then if you press tab, there's going to be a lot of lag, and then then you'll get this big list. And these are all the things that you can pretty much make a scoreboard for that it can track. Now, there's a lot of those. You can also make dummies. Well, if you just do test, press enter, there's the criteria type. So you can do dummy, there's death count. These are all basic things. So if you make a dummy, then that's just something that you can add and subtract from. So I can add 1 to it, I can subtract 1 to it when you walk over a pressure plate. When you're in a certain area, you can have a clock going that will just say, oh, the person on, in this hole will get +1, or will get a score of 5 for in hole, and then anybody who's in the hole, killed them because they fell in a hole or something, So that's how that would work. The fill command I use for fill clocks, you can fill a specific set of blocks, 1 block, or you can fill relative blocks. So if I fill relative, basically where I am, to 1, relative, it's going to fill, oh wait, stone, there. So it filled where I was, and then +1 in the X. And you can make this go up very far by doing 30, and then it fills 30 in X. And so it, yeah, 31 blocks filled because I filled 30 blocks away from where I was. So you have to, it's like moving games, it does from where you are 30. So 1, 2, 3, and it starts next to you, not on you. So if you want like 10 blocks, then you have to say fill 9 that way, or whatever. Now scoreboard's very intensive. I don't think I'm going to go through all of it, but there's also teams, where you can make teams, so you can change colors of people's names by saying the team color. You can have people join, leave teams. You can have PvP teams, PvP on and off areas, by using a PvP team and a non-PvP team. I'm just running around. Sorry, I do this a lot. You can do a lot. Then there's the execute, which is very helpful, and it lets you execute at entities. So if I do at e type equals item relative like kill, and then you can put the command kill nullifier. So if I come, well, it'll kill me right away, but if I add a radius to it. So then there's these, which I will, like radius and stuff. So these are very different. These are pretty much tags, and I'll probably add this in at the end of the video. But that would have killed me if I'm within basically a 5-foot radius of this item. So if I do this, it killed me. So, but if I were to do the same command while I'm over here, nothing happened because I'm too far away. So that's how that pretty much works. It lets you run a command at the thing. Like in my new video, I actually do a nested execute, which is an execute with an execute with an execute in it, or at least that's mine. But it's an execute with an execute. That's a nested command. So you're just saying, oh, test for at any entity that's like redstone dust in the world, like kill pigs if they're put in the block that it's in or something. So, or execute at the redstone, execute at the pigs, you know, kill zombies, so the pigs will kill the zombies if it comes near it while it's near redstone. So stuff like that. Yeah, so those are the big commands I use a lot. That's basically what they let you do. And I don't know, I don't think there's anything else that I really missed. Data tags, I'll probably explain what data tags are and what they do when I use them. It's basically the curly bracket stuff that you see on the end of command, like the clear commands, like over here. Near my custom commands thing, the data tags, like this is a data tag, pages is a data tag. So yeah, that's what data tags are. They're pretty simple. The radius stuff that I was talking about earlier, like radius, you can do, there's mode. So if I'm game mode 2, they have new mode game mode 3. So if I'm in creative, the type is just the type of entity. So the name of the entity, like fireball or mushroom or zombie. You can do XYZ coordinates, so a radius from a specific XYZ. So you can have a command block over there, killing anybody on this block here. So, and then you can use, if you don't use a radius on that block, it'll just kill them anyway because they're in the world from this block. So if you have a radius of 100, it will only kill them if they're within a 100 block radius of this point. And it does what you're in the block. So if you look at the block, this is 1853.0, but if I look at this or in the old one, where I am is 53. So it'll execute from that block, not one block up like a TP or something. But yeah, that's pretty much most of the stuff that I'm going to be using. Maybe I can add this on the end of my redstone. That might be a better idea. But yeah. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and yay redstone.